Appreciate everybody joining us tonight. Just very excited for our football team to be able to return to the state of Florida for another January bowl game 2 years in a row. First time it's ever happened in program's history. Continue to make those program historical goals and values and things that we put a premium on here, make them a reality in our program. So really proud of our team. They've been through so much this year. They sacrificed so much and given us so much of themselves on a daily basis. Just kept me more proud of a football team than I am of these guys and our staff and everybody that's involved with this. So, Florida's a special place to us. We have 22 players from that state. We've got a bunch of coaches that have connections down there. I've lived down there. Tampa's a special town for me, city for me. Lived there twice. A lot of close friends in that area, and there's a lot of great memories. My son graduated from high school there. My daughter attended high school there as well, and so just a special place for us. And I'm excited to be able to take a team back to that state this time of year for another bowl game. And obviously, we've put out goals for this program, and winning a bowl game is very, very important to me and to what we're trying to build here. So that's the next step. Excited for that opportunity and look forward to taking on the Ole Miss Rebels. Obviously, a lot of natural ties with this staff. I can count up 7 staff members that have coached and worked on staff there at Ole Miss, and myself included. And a lot of respect for Lane Kiffin and the job that he's done there in the short time he's been there and the amount of talent that he's already gotten in Oxford, and very, very explosive offense. Watched him play a few times this year. I haven't had a chance to really dive into the film yet. I'll be doing that tonight. But bottom line is a very, very athletic football team. And anytime you play a team from the SEC, that's what you're going to get. So excited about this opportunity and look forward to questions.
All right, Zach, and then John Blau.
John, forgive me. I don't know how to ask it any way other than just sort of directly. I mean, do you feel like you guys didn't get maybe the level of respect you think you deserved from, I think primarily I would say the playoffs or the playoff selection committee and their final rankings, which obviously determine the New Year's Six bowl?
I just don't there'll be a time and a place to address that. I don't think this is the time or the place. Bottom line is we're excited to be going to Tampa to play in the Outback Bowl game that a year ago we were trying to fight hard to get to that level of, as they have the bowl games in the Big Ten hierarchy. And we're thrilled to go to the Gator Bowl for sure. And I've always kind of circled the Outback Bowl for me personally and for so many of our players that are from that area as an awesome bowl opportunity for us to have. And so that's what we're going to focus on right now, and not on the things that we can't control, but there'll be a time and a place to address that.
All right, John Blau, and then Peegs.
I mean, you talked about this previously, though, that, this team would be stinking ready to play. I mean, the next time they played, given everything that's going on leading up to this with the bucket game being gone and then everything with the CFP and all of that, how much do you anticipate that being the case, and how do you frame this for your guys?
Well, I think you know me well enough, and I think this fan base knows me well enough, and I think this program knows me well enough that this football team will be ready when we take the field on January 2nd at 12:30 in Tampa, Florida, period.
All right, Peegs, and then Kevin Brockway.
I don't know how many guys you have from Tampa, but you got several. Did you feel like this is something that could really help you down the road with recruiting?
There's no question. And I think just being in the whole state, any bowl site in that state is a big deal. And I've stated that in the past, and that is no question, and the fact that we can actually have fans, our fans have not seen us play. I'm so excited that our fans get to come to this game. I know there's going to be a limit, I'm sure but it's going to be more than just parents. Like all of our games have been. So that's my understanding. I hope I'm not speaking out of turn here, but the way I understand it, every bowl site's a little different, every state's a little different, every community's different on those rules. But I understand that we can have fans here, and many of our loyal fans have not had a chance to see the 2020 Indiana Hoosiers play. And man, I hope that they come in groves and they support this team like they never had before. This team deserves it.
All right, Kevin, and then Sammy.
Yeah, Coach, hey, you talked about your team being ready to play, and you were hoping, practices to start by Monday. Just where are you guys right now in terms of the COVID situation? Are you guys making progress? Do you feel like you'll be ready to get the number of practices in that you feel like you're going to need to get prepared for this?
Yeah, great question. So we've been through a lot these last couple of weeks and done a really good job. Our medical staff is awesome here, and Just got our guys, taken care of in regards to identifying, who, had the virus and getting those guys separated and getting it stopped, and feel really good about where we're at in the testing process. We're expected to practice tomorrow morning. A normal practice for us, not just a segregated group. It's going to be full team together like you want to practice, and we should have 2 weeks of those practices. So yes, I believe we will have the time to get ready, and obviously haven't played for a couple of weeks, but it gave our guys the chance to get some guys that were dinged up, get those guys healthy, and the guys that did test positive should all be back. And so, but obviously it's a daily challenge. I mean, we're not out of the woods. I mean, we got to continue to work on that, and guys have got to keep testing every single day. Tested again this morning. We'll test again tomorrow. That won't change. And so, but we're scheduled to practice tomorrow. We'll have a full week of practice this week, and then attack the weekend appropriately and have a normal, because it's a Saturday bowl game, so we'll have a normal Saturday flow. Oftentimes when you have a bowl game that's on a different day of the week, you have to kind of adjust, but this is a normal Saturday that we'll be playing down there in the same time zone, so it allows us to be able to do that. So we're getting all our plans figured out, but I feel good about the amount of practice we'll be able to have and the preparation we'll be able to have to get this team ready to play.
All right, Sammy, then Rabbi.
Good evening, Coach, and congratulations on the bowl bid. The practice part, the travel part, is it going to be a normal bowl prep where you go down about a week early, or is it because are festivities still going on, or is it something that you're going to stay in Bloomington up until maybe the night or two before the game?
Yeah, I think it's consistent across the board that every bowl experience will be shortened. You won't have the normal bowl activities of teams interacting, going out and doing things within the community. I don't see those being the case. We'll probably go down a few days early. I think tentatively, without giving things too prematurely, I think we're planning to head down there around the 30th, which will be on a Wednesday. We'll practice here that morning, head down there that Wednesday, and then have a practice down there on Thursday. And usually and every bowl is a little bit different. You're not normally there more than 4 or 5 days at the most. And so usually you have 1 or 2 practices down there. We're going to have at least one down there, and then we'll have our walkthrough on Friday, and then we'll play on Saturday. So it'll be a little modified for sure, and there won't be much interaction with, we'll have no interaction with the other team, I can't imagine. So, but it is, every area has rules per that part of the country on what they're allowed to do. So whatever those rules are down there, we'll follow those and create as much of a bowl experience as possible for our guys.
All right, Rabbi and Rick Bozich.
Hey, Coach. Congrats on the bowl. If you had a chance to sit down and talk to Gary Barta and the committee, what would you tell them tonight?
This would not be a good time. So this would not be a good time. So that's for a later time.
Gotcha.
All right, Rick and then Tom Brew.
Yeah, Tom, I know you said that there'll be a time later to address this, and I'm not talking about the college football playoff, the New Year's Six games, but was it explained to you, to your satisfaction, why Indiana got the Outback Bowl instead of maybe the Citrus Bowl that Northwestern got?
It was explained to me, but not necessarily to my satisfaction, but and that's really not the point. I mean, this team is a special group, and this team has done everything I've asked them to do. So I'm so proud of them, and the chance for us to go to play in a bowl game with these guys, I am not going to let anything take away from that. This group's too special. They've done too many awesome things, and they've got my absolute respect for what they've been through and how they've performed on game day. It's been awesome to see. And the reality is that we can't control some of these things. And I'm always going to do things the right way. And I'm going to show them how you respond in this kind of a situation. And that is you respond in a way that reflects the love you have for the men in this room that represent our team. That's how you respond. It's never out of, emotion towards somebody else that you can't control. It's about the guys on this football team, who you play for, who you love, and who you truly care about. And so we got a chance to be together here and create some awesome memories as a football team in Tampa, Florida. And that's what I'm going to focus on. And to me, that's really where we're at. And you can kind of take the emotional part out of that if you want to, and you probably need to sometimes in situations like this. But at the same time, it does not diminish what this team has done. And the reality is we get a chance to play one more time together as a football team, and that's a special thing.
All right, Tom, and then Bob Kravitz.
Tom, just to follow up immediately on that, I mean, I think what a lot of people are missing in the fan world today is how important this is, with it being an SEC opponent, being somebody like Lane, who's got one of the best offenses in the country. You know, they've been involved in games with more than 100 points 3 times already this year. I mean, there is still plenty of challenges there for you and plenty of rewards there with a victory, correct?
Absolutely. I mean, we're playing a really good football team. I mean, they score about 50 points. It seems like every time I look at the score of all their games, you know, and so tons of athletes. I've coached in that league. I've coached at that university. And I know I've already got text messages from a lot of their support staff, folks I've known forever, excited to see us again, you know. So bottom line is we're playing a really good football team. And so, you know, I get it, how these things all work, and everybody, you know, wants to say this and that. Everybody gets, you know, your feelings hurt on different things. But the reality is either you don't blink or you do blink, okay? Either you got earmuffs and blinders on or you don't. You know, you don't preach those things just when it's convenient for you. You preach those things 24/7, okay, 365. It's how you live your life. You have conviction, you have purpose, you have things you live by, and the circumstances don't dictate how that plays itself out, okay? And so to me, that's where this program has a chance to show who we are on a national stage for everybody to watch one more time how good this Indiana football team is. But you know what? It doesn't matter what I say. It matters how this team performs on January 2nd in Tampa, Florida. And we have no chance to do that together with guys that we care about and love. And it's a great bowl game to be in. And that's what I want to focus on, because it is. And that's the bottom line. And it's about building a football program. And that's why I'm getting a little worked up here, because, you know, this is a team that I love and I care about, and I'm going to fight for every single day.
All right, Bob, and then Mary from the Tampa Bay Times.
Yeah, Tom, how difficult is it for you right now to balance the anger and maybe the frustration that you feel? You keep saying this is not the time or the place, but, you know, why do you feel it's important for you to take this approach right now?
Well, when you lead a group of men, okay, the key word is lead, okay? They look to me.
Mm-hmm.
They will follow me, okay? They will do what I ask them to do. They'll respond the way I respond. They will learn how to handle things the way I believe they should be handled. And that's personal. That's just me, you know. And I think there's a certain way to handle situations. And to me, you know, this is indicative of how I got to this position. Okay, this is indicative of when I sat even at a place like Ole Miss and was asked by this group right here, a group of reporters that said, "Can you pinch yourself? 3 years ago, you're coaching at Lambeth University." I knew what he meant by that. He meant you don't belong here. How in the world did you end up in the SEC? Okay, he didn't say it that way. Okay, but that's what he meant. And honestly, I responded, "I'm blessed," and I'll respond the same way today. I'm blessed to be in this position. We're blessed to be in the Outback Bowl. We're blessed to have this opportunity. All right. But I said this, I want to prove I belong every single day. And it's no different. And so right now, it's that chip on my shoulder and something to prove. It's that chip on our shoulder and something to prove. Once again, leaders got to lead. And I just feel with my whole heart, this is just a next opportunity for this program to prove who we are, to overcome adversity, and to just stare it in the face and fight for each other to get what you want. And you know what? That's what we're going to do.
Thank you, Tom.
All right, Mary, and then we'll wrap up with Zach.
Hi, Coach. You talked earlier just how much this bowl means, just in the sense that you have more than 20 players that are from the Tampa area. You yourself, obviously from the Tampa area, spent some time here. Just is this one of the best ways that you can imagine, like, finishing this season, the way the season's progressed, the hurdles that you all have had to overcome, and just kind of have somewhat of a semi-homecoming for a lot of your guys, for yourself, just being in an area that's very familiar to you all, very comfortable?
Yeah, you know, you think about this. So 1992 is when I started coaching high school football, and it was in Tampa, Florida, Temple Heights Christian School, and took over as head coach in 1993. as interim head coach, and going into '94, we had this phrase I came up with: "Dare to believe," and challenge that group to believe and do something that they hadn't had happened there in 17 years, and they did. And some of those same young men still live in Tampa and have reached out to me over the years, and especially this year, because there has been articles written about that group of young men. I got a football in my office still this day. It's got all their names on it. So it's pretty cool then, the year when all this has come together and everybody's got all this stuff and all this adversity, and we make all these historic wins this year, and I was blessed to win Coach of the Year and all the different things in the Big Ten, and all these kids are like, man, from Temple Heights to the Big Ten, how in the world did that happen? And that to me is the chance that it started in Tampa, and this season has a chance to end in Tampa. It's pretty cool, and a little bit of a poetic justice, I guess, in some ways, even though it wasn't where maybe any of us thought it might end up. And that's okay. And, life's doesn't always go the way you expect it to go. And sometimes, things happen. And I'm always going to choose to focus on the things I can control, and choose to be positive about the things that happen, and try to allow, you think about family. A lot of our kids are from this state. They get a chance their families get to watch them play in person. Our fans are going to get to watch us play. And if we played some other bowl games, that wasn't going to happen. Even some of these other bowls that we talked about, they weren't going to have, other than just the immediate parents. And so the chance to have a lot of our fans to be able to be there in Tampa, in Tampa Stadium, so just to be able to, once again, you just say, hey, this has been a special, special year. But I believe the best is yet to come for this program. So to me, that to be able to go back down there, which is the home of so many of our guys, and their families will be able to be there, and even some coaches will be able to come there, and friends and families, and of extension of all the people that have helped them become an Indiana Hoosier and have the seasons they've had. Some of our very best players are from Tampa. And so that to me is a pretty awesome thing. So yeah, I'm going to choose to focus on that, and that excites me. And it is a little bit of a, when I actually went back to South Florida to be the DC there in 2015. There was a lot of things written about me coming home, even though I'm not from there. I was not born and raised there, but it established a lot of close friends there in the early 90s as a high school coach. And so I had the chance to return to that area with all the folks. Matter of fact, one of our 4 coaches that I coached with there at Armwood, is coaching the school now, wants to be our host school and be able to spend some time with them there. So it's pretty cool, kind of come full circle. But I'm the same person I was back then, just as fiery, trying to get those kids to believe in something, just like we've done in Indiana. So the whole Dare to Believe mantra, even though we don't use it the same way here, LEO and all that is, it all started back in Tampa, Florida. And so it's pretty cool it gets to end there this year.
All right, Zach, wrap us up.
I guess just to ask something about you and your team, especially as you talk about facing, obviously, an SEC team with kind of the athletic level they'll bring. You said that this has also been a chance for, and not that you'd want these last couple of weeks off, but this has allowed you maybe to rest some guys and just get a little bit healthier. Just kind of where are you in terms of maybe some of the players that it seemed like a Matthew Bedford, where we kind of see him, but you said he maybe wasn't quite, game ready. Where are you in terms of maybe some of those guys being healthy for not just the bowl, but practices as well?
Yeah, I mean, it's really it's been a positive thing from that perspective. Guys like that, they had a lot of ankles. It seemed like for some reason every year you got a little bit different types of injuries that you seem to get in larger numbers on your team. And for some reason, he had a lot of ankles this year, and he had some issues with that. It was really hurt. It made it hard for him to do what he needed to do. So several different guys that some that played through it, some that had to miss a little bit, some that have been out for other reasons, with COVID and all. So. Good Lord willing, I expect us to have a very healthy football team when we take the field here in a couple weeks. So that's where this has been good. We had 7 straight weeks of games, no bye weeks, no breaks, no nothing, all Big Ten games. That's hard to do. That's why I respect these Power 5 teams that play, Power 5 opponents every single week. It is a different game. I've coached at the Group of 5 level, and those are great football teams. There's some great players, but the line of scrimmage is not the same, and so that takes a beating on you. And so, to me, all these conferences that played, it doesn't matter what it is, every single week that it takes a toll. And so, to be able to have that break, was a benefit to those guys, and to get them mentally rested as well. And so, the Lord willing, like you said, we get all these guys back. We got to still battle with COVID every single day, and all those things along with that, and try to stay healthy. But I do feel like we have a chance to take a healthy football team down to Tampa.
All right. Thank you, Tom.
Appreciate it. Have an awesome night. LEO.